and Tasty Cakes podcast. I'm Bert Lepore. He's Sammy of Monte Carlo. We're hanging here with Angry Mike D, and we talk about music, movies, and so much more. I'm getting a real bad feeling. You're telling me lies. Came over getting late last evening with a gleam in your eye, child. With a gleam in your eye. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, it's Bert from Mixtapes and Tasty Cakes. We're here with Jim Mayberry, John Tidwell. Am I saying that right, John? I don't know if it's Tidwell or Tidwell. It is Tidwell. Okay. John Tidwell from Whiskey Grin. Dream couldn't make it tonight, but we're going to get Dream next time on a Whiskey Grin episode. We're also here with our buddy Mickey Ratt. What's up, Mick? As we become Ghost. Yeah. So also we got to get Johnny and the boys, Alex and Steffan on with you guys too. So that'll be cool to have. Yeah, we had Mickey on before. Yeah. But we're going to try and get the whole group together. Good stuff, man. So let me just give you a little info about Whiskey Grin, because we haven't had them on at all. Awesome trio. Jim Mayberry on guitar and vocals, John Tidwell on bass and vocals, Dream Cannon on drums and vocals. Fucking incredible musicianship. Mickey will probably agree, I'm sure. One of the best fucking bands live.
We give enough money to him, so you better.
Oh, I love me some Grin.
I'm extremely tight.
I'm a grinner.
Dude, it sounds like there's fucking 8 guys in the band. There's only 3. And the scary part is they all sing, and they all sing well, like real well. John's a fucking powerhouse too. So John also did the Queen Experience. He was also a part of that. So yeah, John's range is pretty ridiculous. It's pretty damn good. And they're fucking good players on top of all that. So I love me some fucking vocals and harmonies and shit like that. I'm big on it. Yeah, Mickey, we just played a show with Mickey. Fucking great band, As We Become Ghost. Great stuff. Mick, what a fucking night that was.
Good show, man.
Fucking, and you guys, hey man, you guys did a hell of a job. You guys got a ton of people out. You worked your asses off, and we all benefit from it. It was really a great show, and you guys put it together, man. You just pulled it off, and that was a tough night to pull it off, and you fucking pulled it off.
It was a great show.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Loved it.
Yeah, lot of hard work. Them guys put a lot. Most of us don't put that much work in as them guys did. To be honest with you,
That's true.
We usually worry about just are the songs right, or what's our set going to be, and we need to practice and all that stuff. These guys did that, and then they also. Man, they went to promotion like I haven't seen in years. Like years. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. And we were all kind of worried. We're like, oh man, we don't know about that date. We don't know about the date. And they were like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Guess what? Don't worry about it. It was fucking packed.
It
was
a great night.
So
and it's a lot of people haven't heard of too, because that's the other thing. It's a great venue, but it's so out of the way and relatively new, so a lot of people didn't really know much about the venue too. There's another part of the equation.
Yeah. I have some extremely sad news to share at the moment, and Jim, looks like you already know, but Raj, the owner, passed away in a car accident early this morning. So so we don't know the fate of the club at the moment, except they're going to go ahead and continue with the upcoming shows that have been already put into play. So
that's crazy, man. And Jim, you said you were just with him, right? You said you were hanging out.
Yeah, I was there for Thursday, and we were just hanging back, kicking a few drinks back, and enjoying the night. He was on a high. He was like really happy. Mickey, he's a happy-go-lucky.
Yeah, man.
So it's and I just happened to be talking to Dream before this, and Dream told me that he got the text from, or he got the message from Donnie Rocket that Raj had passed away. I didn't know that it was a car accident. I'm sorry to hear that. It doesn't matter how I go. It's
it's
sad,
man.
But So yeah, no one knows the fate of the club, I guess, right now.
Yeah, that's a shame, man. And that looked like the next big club for all of us. That was the hot spot. That was the new hot spot, I thought.
Yeah. I know you guys, and the guys in Monte Carlo, and I know as we've come ghosts, as well as Whiskey Grin. We were just talking today. I talked to Raj actually when I was there Thursday, and forward to booking us. So I know you guys had plans, I'm sure, and it's just, man.
Yeah, well, hopefully the venue will stay open and things will work out. But it's shocking and sad, and when somebody goes that quick. So we all just started getting to know him, and it was nice dude.
Yeah, that's a shame. And he put all that work in that place. That's crazy. But I will say my favorite thing about the Union Firehouse, man, the lights are dynamite in that place.
The lights are great. Yeah.
Like the pictures, Mick, some of those pictures you guys got that night were unbelievable, man.
Yeah. Again, great venue, man. Great venue.
Yeah. And there's really
it's not, we don't know what the fate of the place is going to be, right? So maybe he may have willed something to someone that can take the reins or something, so we don't know. I mean, it's really, the South Jersey, Philadelphia scene has been shit, over the last, I don't know how many years, bars closing, COVID hitting, losing, proud and prized musicians that we all know, and it's just, we've been kicked in the ass, man, in the last few years, and I'm sure we're not the only ones going through it, right? It's a big world, so it's, but it's sad when you see that somebody actually took the initiative to do what Raj was doing at that place, and
and
we'll see.
There's so many clubs. I mean, at least I don't know, on my end, we look and there's really not many places for us just to do the original stuff to play. I mean, you guys are playing constantly because you do both. So you guys are always busy. You guys are, man, you guys are busy all the time.
Yeah, we're busy, but you want to know something, Al? It's kind of a mixed blessing kind of thing, because we do the covers to keep the lights on, right?
Sure.
Keeps the wolves away from the doors. But if we had our druthers, we'd like to do a lot more original shows, and we do original shows, but we have to in order to do that. So what we did was we decided, okay, well, man, let's travel.
Yeah.
So we have to go to different states to book these shows and do that kind of thing, and try to make a footprint.
Yeah, well, that's what Damo says it to me all the time. He's like, dude, I don't, we do stuff here and there. He's like, I want to branch out. I want to, do the weekend warrior thing, 2 days, maybe on the weekend, go somewhere. And who knows, maybe we could all do it together. At least we'll be together. We go to Boston or something. It's all of us, plan a trip about it. I'll probably be the only sober one. I don't know. I don't know if Mick drinks. I really don't even drink. So I'll probably be the only sober guy on the fucking bus. But
well, by the end of the
tour, I'll be sitting in the no fun section, But guess what? That's not a bad idea, man. If one of us can
bad idea,
and make it like a weekend thing, we're not going, because everybody's got to go to work or whatever. So we make it like, we leave Thursday or Friday, we play Friday night or Saturday night, come back home Sunday during the day, and we're back to being normal people,
Yeah.
But what you drinking, John?
Moonshine.
I told you about this. No,
moonshine.
Oh, Angel's Envy.
What is that? Bourbon?
Nah, it's a whiskey.
It's a whiskey.
It's Kentucky straight bourbon.
Jim already hollered at me for not having a shot. Jim already hollered at me.
Yeah, Kentucky straight bourbon.
Right on.
Ooh, too, man.
I'll tell you,
Mickey already knows. That's good shit, man.
What was that, Jim, that you showed?
This
what
is Buffalo Trace.
Okay.
Buffalo Trace.
All right.
I was going to drink this.
Yeah.
My wife got me this, one of my presents for Christmas. This was Widow Jane's, and Widow Jane, and this stuff is good. It's really good. But as you can see, I kind of it's really good.
It's going. Yeah, man. So let's talk about the big show you guys got coming up March 26th. It's on a Sunday. It's cool because it's during the day. Doors open at 2, band start at 3, and it's the Phil Wax benefit concert. If you want to give a little background, Mickey, as far as I know, I think Mickey probably knows Phil the best. So, Mick, if you could give us a little info on the reasoning why you're having it and all that.
I wouldn't know about that if I know him the best. Yeah. Phil had an accident back in early January. I guess Night's Rain was playing, and then as he left the club, he was they were all going out to breakfast or something, and he was trying to get off on an exit and wound up flipping his truck.
Yeah.
So Phil does everything big. He flipped his truck more times than he flips his sticks in a set.
Yeah. But I mean, the good thing is about it that they both came out okay. Well, not okay where they're alive, they're alive. So, yeah. So, and he's a trooper, man. I met him. I knew him from from online, but I never met him. But I met him at your show, and man, what a super nice guy. Like first of all, trooper, man. Wow, like he was out and about to say hello, and it was nice to see him. To see, like, man, I couldn't do that. Like, God bless him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I heard he signed himself out of the hospital a few days early to make sure he got to that gig.
Man, yeah, I took 2 steps back. I'm like, wait a minute, what the fuck's going on?
Jim was with Phil that night too. Jim was and also out. They were all on their way to breakfast, right, Jim?
Yeah, we were Sweeney's and trying to get there, and he was in front of me actually, and I lost sight of him. And next thing you know, we're taking the exit. I didn't know where I was at. I was just following GPS, and I guess he was too. And next thing I know, I'm going through a debris field, and that was his truck. And I didn't know it was his truck, and so I'm just trying to dodge all the debris. And we got to the diner, and I figured, well, I guess Phil decided to go home with Nancy, and he wasn't going to make the diner. And I didn't find out till the next day actually that Phil was in the accident, that I ran over his debris.
Wow.
Yeah.
So crazy, man. You never know. Crazy shit happens, man.
Yeah.
You never know, man.
Here today, gone later today.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
No. I remember this quote from David Lee Roth. He said, rock and roll musicians are a lot like dogs that chase cars. They get a lot of attention and make a lot of noise, but they don't last too long.
Yeah.
So maybe there's some validity to that. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. So a bunch of friends, bunch of good bands got together. We have Night's Rain, which is Phil's band, right? He's in the Dio tribute. He won't be playing that night, but he is in that band. Flying Circus, you were talking earlier about Donnie Rocket. That's Donnie Rocket's band. Scott's still with them too, right? Scott still plays drums for them, right? Same lineup?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Good.
Same lineup. Scott, Bud, and
Mike on
Johnny,
guitar.
And Mike on guitar. Yep.
Yeah, we had them guys on before. We had the 2 guys on before. Mercy, which is a British Invasion tribute band. Of course, we have As We Become Ghost. Whiskey Grin, of course, will be there. And I don't know who these guys are. It says, and special guest, if I say it right, Seb Braganza and Kobe Reese. I have no clue.
They're both kids. They're
both kids.
But they're
they're players. They're musicians.
Reese. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Kobe is taking Phil's place until Phil gets better. He's actually a young prodigy. The kid's a beast on drums, and he sent a hit on some New York station right now. He's really something else. I'm looking forward to seeing him.
Yeah.
And Seb is kind of like Phil's prodigy. I think he's a guitar player. Yeah,
absolutely. He's really young. He's really young as well.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
that's pretty awesome. That's pretty
like 14 now, I think. 14,
wow.
maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I guess.
Oh,
Yeah,
and he's got like all sorts of endorsements to like ESP guitars and all sorts of stuff. He goes to Nam all the time. Yeah,
I better do my homework.
My grandson.
I better do my homework. 10 years from now, that'll be the biggest thing. I'll be like, who was that fat little guy saying he don't know us? You know what I mean? But yeah, it's. I'm looking. I thought they were radio hosts. I didn't know. I was like, maybe they're radio hosts. But yeah, man. So I want to hit you guys with some good. Well, first of all, I'm gonna say my favorite Whiskey Grin song is "Bad Feeling," and it's probably close to the Whoa-Ohs. I love the fucking Whoa-Ohs. That's my tune from Whiskey Grin. You know, that's definitely my tune. And Mickey already knows my tune from As We Become Ghosts is The Run. It's the first one I heard. I fucking love it. It's that song is that's another tune. Both of them tunes, radio ready. You could put them on right now, and you could be right in between fucking I don't know Def Leppard and fucking I don't know Bad Company, whatever. You know, and it just works. It just works. Both of those songs are easy to digest, real good hooks. They still got balls to them. You know, I mean, you know, if you get an easy digestion of the song, balls and a hook, I'm sold. So, and these guys both got that. Both
so you like balls?
Yeah, and a hook. Got to be a hook.
We got it.
Oh, that sounds
good. A good set of yams and a hook.
He likes balls.
Yes. So I'm gonna hit you guys with a couple questions. First, I'm gonna hit Whiskey Grin. You released your self-titled album in 2018. When do you guys plan on hitting the studio again?
We're in the studio now.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we're actually we recorded. We're doing it differently this time. Before we had I think we had like 6 or 8 weeks, and we had to put all these songs together and get in the studio and throw it out there because we had a show coming up for, you know, it was an original show and we wanted to be a part of it.
Sure.
This one we're taking songs we've written over all these last few years, and we're kind of cherry picking the ones we want and working on the ones and leaving some in reserve kind of stuff. And but no, we're recording right now actually.
Awesome. So maybe the end of the year we might see something out.
That's the hope. The hope. We'd like to get it out by the end of the summer. We got to see how that goes.
Okay. Who are you guys recording with?
We're back at Ron Tag's place over in Greenfield Studios.
Yeah, Tag's good, man. He'll work you. I heard he works you pretty hard too. I heard Tag does work you. You know what I mean?
He does.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, he's tough.
He's got incredible ears. I mean, he'll hear things that, you know, I just trust his ears, you know.
Yeah, you need a guy. You need another guy that's not the main band to go, you know what? Maybe if you go to this note instead of that note, or you know, or even for me, it'll be like, yeah, like Dave. You know, we just recorded yesterday or whatever, and Dave Pyron was saying, you know what, Bert? It's a little out of your range. And I was like, you know what? You're right. So I'll sing what I sing. I'll let one of the other guys do whatever that is. You know what I mean? But it's right, because when you're writing sometimes, especially because I really don't play much. I only do basic stuff. So, you know, a guitar player comes in that don't sing, and they're going to write something, and you know, they're just writing, even if it's a great riff. But you got to write for your singer. You got to write where he's at. Otherwise, it could be the greatest riff in the fucking world. If he can't hit it, you might as well just throw it out. You know what I mean? Or get somebody else. You know. So, you know, but all you guys know that these are all songwriters, singers, and, you know, so
Mickey, I'm sure you go and do this where when you're writing and stuff, you probably go, okay, I know I can't step on these notes here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, listen, when I write a song, when I write a song, I hear Chris Cornell. It's just not what comes out. Yeah, I always write it thinking Chris Cornell. It just don't come out that way. It comes out a lot deeper. Now, Mick, I know you guys just released something, but are you guys planning on going back maybe in a couple months or at the end of the year? Maybe?
Yeah, we are. Well, we have 4 new tracks that we're real happy with right now. We got a couple more that we're working on, and you know, everybody in this whole thread that, you know, is on your show right now knows that deal. You know, like you can write 15 ideas and maybe one is good enough that you really, you feel you have something. So we're just taking our time and doing some writing. We're only going to plan probably 2 or 3 shows for the rest of the year.
Mm-hmm.
We already have some that I really just can't announce yet.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we'll get back to, we're just going to get back in and do some writing and have fun,
Yeah, and then when you're ready, when you feel good about what you got, you go in, and maybe we'll see, a new one out early next year, or mid next year, something like that. Yeah.
Everybody's like, every band and every, writer that I know is always like, oh, like we're really touching on some great stuff now. We're fun. This is the best stuff we've ever did. Like,
yeah,
this is all just good shit, like our last good shit. You know what I mean? We're not reinventing the wheel or anything.
You do what you do. Yeah, you do.
We just want to do some good, like strong hard rock and just have fun with it. So,
yep, exactly, man. So, in Mickey's band, I did say it was Mickey's on vocals and guitar, and he also plays keys. Alex Fysz plays guitar, and he also sings some backups. Steffan Greggor on bass, and Johnny, I'm going to say his right name, Johnny Callan on drums. I got Johnny's name right this time, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, really, what a show these guys put on, man. I only seen them once so far, and it was an event. I love, dude. I'll tell you what, I popped for the Reaper. Everybody was taking pictures with the Reaper. It was great. Like, my sister's got pictures with the Reaper. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, he's awesome. Like 9 feet tall, man.
Yeah, it was great, dude.
I would love to see the picture of Bert next to the Reaper, because
I didn't get one. I was too busy watching everybody else.
We got to
next
get one,
time.
Definitely.
Now, is that going to be something you bring into the show all the time, or was that just a one time?
It's not all the time. But we have some fun stuff that we're going to be doing with the Reaper for promotional stuff as well.
Nice.
You're going to get a kick out of some of these. These are going to be some real fun.
Are we talking pornography with a Reaper? Or
we are not.
Of course.
No.
Oh, you sure? Okay. Why not?
But, we're going to use that Reaper to our advantage to get some attention. But just put it that way. But
yeah, why not?
Yeah,
it was fun.
We'll only take him out to like kind of like headlining shows or like or maybe while we're we're going to be doing a show at Artie's in August. I can't really tell everybody exactly what that's about yet until it's until the promoter wants to pop it.
Gotcha.
But we're going to go up there for like Puddle of Mud and like some other shows, and we're going to like street team there.
Nice.
And we'll have the Reaper there, and we'll have our van with the the banner on it.
Yeah,
playing some music out in the parking lot and talking to people one-on-one. But yeah, we had gotten asked to do the Puddle of Mud show, but we kind of bailed out on that because of the amount of tickets they wanted, and it's 2 hours away, and
yeah,
the kind of price tag for the ticket. We just felt like it would be in our best interest to not. So,
yeah.
You got to pick your battles, man.
Yeah. I mean, especially if you got to sell tickets and it's that far away, it's sometimes it's rough selling tickets where you're at, and then let alone
it's a big ask.
Far away.
It's a big ask to the fan base that's around here.
Dude, I remember. I don't know if it's still around. Do you remember that Crocodile Rock place or something like that?
Yeah.
It was okay. They would have big bands come in. So yeah, they would have some big bands come in. And it wasn't Monte Carlo. It might have been Cyanide Saints or Stop the World. It was one of those other bands I was in. And, the guy called me up, and the guy's like, hey, do you want to do Ace Frehley? I'm like, yeah. He's like, you got to sell tickets. I'm like, it's fucking Ace Frehley. I'm never going to get that chance again. I'm thinking, right? So he's like, all right, you got to sell 50 tickets at whatever they were at the time. Maybe $25 or something like that. But I was all in, right? And I hate selling tickets, but I was all in. And he goes, it's on New Year's Eve. And I said, no. I was like, I ain't getting fucking New Year's Eve. I'm like, yeah, tell Ace to get somebody else to pay his bills. I'm out.
Yeah.
Or it's like one of those things where when they used to have like bands play at Dobbs at one time, you're opening up for some either older band or a mid-level band that's on their way up, and you get the gig right before them, right? You're the supporting right before them, and they're using all your equipment, and you're like, oh, the drummer's bashing on the drum, and you're like, oh, man. Not even a thank you. Come on, So
we had that experience.
Of course, of course.
Yeah,
because these guys
up our shit, man.
Yeah, these guys travel. I think a lot of people that don't do what we do, they don't understand that, like, a band like, I'm just mentioning a random band like, I don't know, LA Guns. They're coming to the city or whatever. They're bringing the bare minimum. Either they're using somebody's kit or they're renting a kit and they're renting the amps or they're using somebody's back line. They're bringing their guitars because they're doing the weekend warrior thing pretty much, right? So they're just traveling with. They ain't bringing all their shit, So, you guys had an experience, huh?
Yeah, it wasn't with LA Guns. Those guys in LA Guns. We just played with Atlantic.
They were fun.
And
they were cool.
They were great guys, and they brought a truckload of shit. So we did. I was like, oh, thank God they're not going to beat up on our stuff. But we had an incident. It didn't happen in my guitars or my amplifiers or anything like that. But Dream, we had a back line for Pat Travers.
Oh wow!
And Pat's drummer decided to, like, Dream, man, these are brand new heads. Can you really take it easy on them? Don't go crazy if you can, And he was, Dream. He's really
mellow.
He's really mellow, and he's just like, I really appreciate it. And he said, we got done. He sat on the kit. He's like, what the fuck, man? Every single head had divots in it. It was like really bad.
Wait,
like,
and it ain't like it's fucking a thrash drummer. It's Pat Travers.
It's Pat Travers.
Who would have thought, dude? I'm going to tell the story before. I'm going to tell it anyway. I was working at the electric factory doing just stagehand stuff for a little bit when I was unemployed from my other job. I was laid off or whatever. So I was working as a stagehand. And, you would have some shows to be, this band from Canada came in and, you would go in for the loadout at like 8 or 9 o'clock. And then you would either stay or go home. I usually went home because I live close by. So I would go home and then you come back for the loadout and you get paid the same amount of money. So whether, I was getting X amount of dollars, whether it was an hour or 8 hours, So I was like, okay, great. So a band from Canada would come in, they would rent all their stuff, hour and a half, we're out there. I'm like, fucking, this is great, right? So fucking, we do like this whole day thing. We're like, okay, we're going to do Kenny G, but we got to go to this baseball field. Now it's Kenny G. I'm thinking, okay, how hard is this going to be? How much equipment is he going to have, right? Not thinking. So we go to this baseball field, and it's the first time I seen, like, how they have them trucks and they make a stage out of the trucks, right? So I see the truck. It's not that, it's a small, it don't look that big to me. I'm like, okay, this is fucking going to be great. We're going to get paid double day, and they're going to feed us, and this is going to be smooth as silk, So we're going there. Dude, that truck kept opening up. I'm like, what's going on? I had mud on me. There was dirt all over. We were carrying up this big light thing up like the bleach. Just get the fuck out. I didn't last that long after that. I'm like, it's Kenny fucking G. How much shit does he need? Plug his horn into something or whatever the fuck he plays. He was a nice guy, though. I did meet him. He was really super nice.
John, did you ever have anybody use any of your shit that fucked it up? Or
me? Nah, John did. I never did.
John Tidwell.
I think Damien might have a story.
And also Pat Travers, their bass player. He blew the mid-range horn out of my speaker cabinet. Yeah.
Yo, you know who his bass player is? Do you know who Pat Travers' bass player is? It's Dave Pascal's cousin.
Oh, really?
No, nephew. I'm sorry,
Dave
nephew.
Yo, Mick, make note. We play no shows with Pat Travers. we know better now.
Oh, Jim, you know the story about the Bullet Boys? That our buddy the Bullet Boys had a band touring with them. Their supporting act basically provided all the equipment. And they had to bail on the tour because their RV or whatever broke down. So Bullet Boys were supposed to play Philly, and then our buddy Larry, they were expecting Larry's band because they were also on the bill, to be the new backup providers, backline providers. And Larry's like, no way.
Yeah. It's amazing, dude. It's amazing the stuff people don't know. It's crazy, because you think they bring in all this stuff.
Most guys are respectable. I mean, that we've run into over the last decade. I mean, they're really, and it's kind of fucked up because a lot of the members of bands that are in bands now that we play with, they're not original members, you know, and they're hired guns to come in, and they're just trying to get their gig, you know what I mean? They're just trying to get their pay. This is just another show for them, and they're in and out. And, you know, I respect that, you know, they're doing what they got to do. But some guys, I don't know, man, they're just animals, you know?
Pat Travers, I can't believe Pat Travers. I mean, he's a good player.
Cool. Actually,
Pat's an absolute gentleman. Pat was awesome.
He's an absolute gentleman. You know, him and I go kind of a little ways back. So, you know, I've known him for a while, but he's in fact, he was using one of my amps for the show, and he offered to buy it after after the show, and I was like, "Fuck no." Man. So, but he's a really good guy. I mean, and I don't think that Dave Pastoris was attempting to blow your stuff up.
No, it just happened. It happens.
It just happens.
It happens. Shit happens. As long as you know, the drummer standing on top of the drum kit or anything like that, you know, doing something crazy like that. Dude, I remember. You guys know Chris Nerone? You guys know Chris. So that's right. Well, yeah. So this is a good story.
4 times today, I swear.
Who, Chris? Really?
Man.
So Chris,
yeah,
Chris played with me, and when we were in Cyanide Saints for a good time, and there was somebody opening up for us, a younger band, and the singer, just being young and being into it, puts his foot. Now Chris he buys a lot of equipment. He's big on, he collects drums, and everything's super neat. Everything's beautiful looking, right?
You have to take your shoes off when you go to his house.
Yes. So the singer, the singer puts his foot on his bass drum as he's singing. You know, typical us. You black out when you're good. You just do what you do, and you're not thinking of nothing, right? You just do your thing when you're singing up here. So he puts his foot on it once. Chris looks at me and goes, "It's fucking once." And I'm like, it's this new Cherry Red fucking kid, I think, bro. So the kid does it again. Motherfucker. I'm like, well, listen, we know the dad. Maybe talk to the dad. He's like, fuck that. They're on. Chris gets to the side of the stage and has said something to him. The kid never put his foot back on there again, and they apologize, of course, afterwards. But I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Yo, he was hot. He was like, motherfucker. So I was just watching that go, wow, Chris didn't give a fuck. He went right the fuck up in the middle of the set. He didn't care.
No, man.
Yeah, great dude though. Great drummer, great guy, man. Really good guy. I miss Chris. I haven't seen him in a while.
You got a story for us there, Mickey? Your stuff?
God, when Phil was playing for us, we were at Bar 13, and Phil always loved to play his own drums, so he didn't care. Like 9 people in a row could use his drums. It doesn't really matter, right? But he's up there, and or his drum set was up there, and the one band, 3 of the guys came up and put their feet on that damn bass drum all at the same time. On one side, the guitar player on the other, and Phil's like, "What the?" Like, I've never seen Phil move so fucking fast towards that bass.
And drummers are nuts.
Respect was given.
The band's like, but we practiced this. This was part of the show. Oh man. So Mickey, what's your favorite guitar to play live?
My Hagstrom Phantoman.
Very cool. Very, very cool.
Yeah.
The black one?
Absolutely. No, it's like a tobacco burst.
Okay.
Alex has the black one.
I like that.
Alex got the black one. How about you, Jim? Favorite guitar to play live?
I actually have 2 that I really, really like to play live, but I retired the one. I got a Heritage Series Gibson Les Paul that I don't bring out anymore because it's worth too much money, and it's just not worth taking out. And the Les Paul, it's a custom build.
Nice.
So,
nice. How about you, John?
I like that.
I just happen to have it right here. This is new, actually. It's the Music Man Sterling.
Nice.
Now, you probably I've been in love with I've been in love with my Rick for the longest time. I've got, I had started out with Rick 79. It's a 4000. I had a Rick 4003 that's from 2006. But this thing, I've always wanted to get a Music Man, and this is like the poor man's Music Man. But oh my God, it's so powerful. It's so and the action is incredible. You know, that's my new sweetheart right there.
Nice. Can't wait to see it.
Yeah, Sunday. You'll be using it Sunday, right?
Yeah, yep. That's the one I've been the most the last since I've had it for about a year. You know, it's like I said, my new sweetheart.
Nice. Okay, so I got a few questions for you guys before I go into some stupid questions. Mickey, favorite As We Become Ghost song live, to play live, the most fun for you?
Man, that's a tough one, but I really like a Kingdom of Two.
Nice. That was the last one I heard from you guys. Yeah, it was a good one. That was a good one. How about you, Jim? Whiskey Grin song, favorite live?
I really like them all, but I'm kind of digging this new one we got for the new CD. It's called Highway 55, and it's about Highway 55 here in Jersey. Yeah, it's a haunted highway actually. So
nice, sweet.
You know, so,
I've heard that song, man. It's good.
Thank you, Mickey.
Nice.
Yeah, I heard that you guys at Time Out one night. You guys played that, ripped that new one out.
Yeah, we've got that one, and
there was another one too.
We have one that no one's heard yet that John calls the showstopper. But we're gonna wait to reveal that one. It's a pretty cool one.
Nice. How about you, John? Favorite song to play loud from Whiskey?
For me, it might be Battle Creek, and it's kind of for personal reasons, because it's a story about my dad. It's like a biography, and it's kind of therapy for me. You know, going over. We had a difficult relationship. He was just angry so much at the time. Yeah, he got really mellow in his older age, but just the father I knew as a teenager was just a really angry man. It just was very confusing. And I thought I was a good kid. Jim will tell you whether or not I was, but yeah, I was kind of
out of all of us growing up, you were like the best. And I hung around a lot of like these Jesus freaks.
Yeah,
and you were like even like better than all of them.
I was a church boy. I really was, you know, but my dad was just looking for he's looking for stuff to be angry with all the time, and it was just really confusing. But it's a love thing, you know. It's also a therapy thing for me. But my favorite part is the scream in the middle. You know, I just love trying to pull something out of my soul, you know, for that one you know, big scream.
Yeah, and that's on the first Whiskey Grin CD.
Yes, and that's also sort of, you know, primal scream therapy for me too when we do it.
No, that's good, man. That's cool. Yeah, that's a good tune too. That's a very good tune. There's a bunch on there. I'd say you guys go on Spotify. Definitely check out the Whiskey Grin CD. Check out As We Become Ghost CD. They're both pretty fucking hot, man. They're both really, really good. Okay, guys, so we're gonna move on to a couple stupid questions. So you don't have to think too hard. So just go off the cuff on this one. I'm gonna start out with Jim first. If somebody played you in a movie, who would it be? They could be alive, dead, doesn't matter.
Couldn't hear that.
If somebody played you in a movie, who would it be?
If someone played
me, Jim Mayberry.
I just watched Tom Cruise's Maverick. So yeah, it would be, you know, they would give him stilts and it'd be Tom Cruise. Yeah, why not? I don't know, man. Billy D. Williams, I look just like him.
Listen, I think you were going to say somebody who's in Going Fishing. Remember the Going Fishing movie? I think we were going to hit me with that. Right? How about you, John?
Javier Bardem.
Who is it?
Javier Bardem. He was in No Country for Old Men. He's an incredible.
Was that the villain? Was that the villain guy? The big guy?
The villain. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Villain. Yeah.
Nice. How about you, Mick?
He's a great guy.
Eric Stoltz.
That's a good one. That's good. Yo, Mick, that's good. You got that.
I have no clue.
He's a good actor.
Will Ferrell.
I like the Eric Stoltz. I thought that was a good one. I thought Eric Stoltz was a good one. Okay, I want to hear another dumb one like that.
I have no clue why I even pulled that out of my ass.
That's good. That's good.
Can I tell you a little secret? Because I put together sort of a movie version of the Whiskey Grin story, and it's actually Jason Momoa plays me in this movie version.
Of course he does. Of course.
It's awesome. And Dwayne Johnson plays Jim in this movie version.
The Rock.
Yeah. Oh, and who's the bald black comedian guy who's makes his pecs jumps up and down? Crews. Terry Crews.
Oh, Terry Crews.
Terry Crews is Dream. Jason Momoa.
I went off. I just fucked up my camera. Wait a minute on that one.
And Dwayne, yes, I worked on a movie poster for this and everything.
I want to see it. Now I want to see it.
As long as like Guillermo del Toro is directing this, I think it'll.
There you go.
You know,
it's going to do great. It's going to do great. All right, so I want to hit you guys with two more. Okay, so favorite movie, Jim.
My favorite movie would be I guess Forrest Gump. Did you hear me?
Yeah.
You guys are in shock. What?
We're waiting in anticipation.
Oh no, Forrest Gump. I like Forrest Gump.
Nice. How about you, John?
It's going to be between Shaun of the Dead and Mars Attacks.
Look at you.
I think
something different.
Beautiful, man.
I've seen each of them like dozens of times. They're both movies I never get tired of. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. How about you, Mickey?
I'm going to hit you guys with a weird one, man. It's a movie called K-Pax.
Okay, I don't know that
Kevin
one.
Spacey.
Kevin Spacey?
Real good movie.
That I know what that movie's about. It's an alien movie, and Kevin Spacey is in it. Is that
Kevin Spacey? Yep, he stars in it.
Okay.
Jeff Bridges. Cool. Yeah, awesome movie. Or I'll give you a good old time movie. I think it was like 1945. It would be Humphrey Bogart and oh God, what's his name? Green Street. He was in it's killing me. He was in a bunch of them with him. Casablanca. He was in the Falcon. But anyway, this movie is called Conflict.
Okay.
If you want to watch a good black and white movie, Humphrey Bogart in a movie called Conflict. Check it out.
Cool. Mickey hit me with two I got to check out.
Go, man.
Well, if there's an old movie that I would really like, there's an old movie called Fail Safe.
Okay.
With Henry Fonda. That's probably one of my favorites too. It was during the Cold War era, and pretty crazy times. I love that.
Check that one out.
Yeah.
That was Sydney Green Street.
Sydney
Green Street.
Yeah. Right.
Cool. Okay. Last question. Go with Jim first, or last, whatever way you want to go with this. Beatles or Stones?
Oh, that's fucked up.
Gotcha.
Oh, you won't. Oh. You know. All right. Wait a minute. I'm going to give you the. All right. Here it is. I love the Stones for how gritty everything was, and they were Beatles, right? And I love them for that, and I dig that shit. But I love the Beatles now that I'm older. I have such a love for the Beatles because of the way they wrote songs and their chord structures. But here's something that I was just talking to Phil Wax about today. I was like, the Stones can get back together. All they need is a bass player and a drummer. And the Beatles need
good point.
A singer player.
Yeah, and they're supposedly friendly, right, with each other. So that's even crazier.
Are they friendly?
I think
with
so.
Each other?
I think they're friendly with each other. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
That's crazy. How about you, John?
Brits know each other.
John's got a perpetual gaze.
Question.
Beatles or Stones?
I've been a lifelong Beatles fan. I think I've only gotten appreciation for the Stones in the last 10, 20 years. I was kind of more of an anti-Stones guy. And the Who too. I was anti-Who, anti-Stones. But I was big into Zeppelin, Beatles, Queen. You know,
for me, I'll always say Beatles, but I don't realize like a band like the Stones or the Who, I like them more than I think I do, because when I hear them, so I'm like, oh, I like that one, I like that one, I like that one, I like that one. It's like, wait a minute, they're really good. I just picked the Beatles. You know, it's one of those things.
Yeah, I had a girlfriend who just absolutely loved the Stones, and we went to see them in 1981. So I had to take her to see the Stones way back. It was when Tattoo You, that tour.
Yeah.
And it was at JFK Stadium.
Oh wow!
And we were like 40 feet from the stage, and I had her on my shoulders for like the first 3 songs. You know, which was hard. But I knew every fucking song. And Nick was just so alive. He kind of changed my mind a lot, just seeing them on stage.
Yeah.
Nick is he's a presence that's just, you know, I don't think there's anything like that in the Beatles. There's the power, you know, and like Jim said, the grit that the Stones have, that you can't find that in any of the Beatles performers. I'm sorry. They're great songs.
Yeah,
you know, but for a live band, it's the Stones.
That makes Beatles recording, Stones live. Yeah, that works. How about you, Mick? What you think?
Yeah,
gotta go Beatles, baby. Yeah. Bert Bacharach.
Awesome. All right, Whiskey Grin guys. You guys want to plug any show besides the 26th?
John, you got our calendar? I don't know what's coming up.
We could be a list like it's going to be a list like this, maybe. I don't know. Here you go. It's a great picture. Great picture.
Oh, we're Tom and Jerry's next. Oh, Jim? What's the show we're doing at Sweeney's? We're playing with.
Sweeney's. We're playing with. We're going to be playing with another band called Overcoming Gravity.
Okay.
And, Overcoming Gravity.
Dan Martino's in Overcoming Gravity.
I actually, Dave started recording them. I heard one of their songs, really good, really
I like them.
Really good stuff.
Really good stuff. Yep.
Yeah, I seen them the last time they played. Wait a second. Was that the night? I think that was the night of Phil's accident.
Wow.
I think they were playing there that night.
I think you must say.
Is that it? I can't remember.
Yep.
But I've seen them and they're good.
Well, I heard a track yesterday. Dave was letting me listen to it, and the first thing I said, I mean, one, it sounded great, and two, I was like, singer's pretty damn good, because that's that's what I listen for. So I'm like, yeah, this is pretty damn good, man. It was really cool.
Yeah,
it was really cool. Mickey, I know you got
on, like the heavier edge. You know,
yeah,
what
but
I mean?
they had some space. There was some spacey sounding stuff.
And they breathe. They breathe.
Yeah, there was some kind of like Floydish stuff floating in there somewhere. It was pretty cool. I totally dug it. Mick, I know you guys said you got a couple big shows coming up, but you're waiting to announce them. You're waiting for the go. Anything else happening?
We're gonna do July 8th. We're gonna be working our way back into the Delaware market. We're gonna be doing Bar 13, doing a headlining show there, and believe it or not, I think we have Overcoming Gravity is going to play with us.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Very, very
we
cool.
We don't really want to make too much announcements about it because we're still letting Mike LBQ kind of like put the show together. Mm-hmm. So we want him to do what he does.
Cool.
You know, and yeah.
Cool. Very, very cool. So
what about you guys in Monte Carlo? What do you got coming up?
We have, I think, Bar 13 in May, and we talked about a couple other things, but I don't know if anything really panned out. We really haven't been pushing because we figured we're going to try and get what we could done in the studio. And like Mickey, we only play a couple times a year usually, so I'm not really sure. And then with the thing of we don't know who's open, who's closed at this point. So I mean, right now Bar 13 is one of the spots for us, I guess. You know, I don't know what else is really out there. Dame usually does the booking, but we got offered to do Dobbs, but we couldn't do the Dobbs show that they just asked us to do. And there's a couple other things, but I think we're more about, instead of playing the place, playing with the right bands, playing with bands that fit or bands we know. You play with 4 bands that you don't know, you can't promote. Like, I mean, it's nice to meet and branch out, but sometimes it's better to keep it within the clique a little bit, just so if somebody
like
knows me,
insane.
right? Yeah. If somebody knows me and Mickey, or Mickey and Jim, and we're both playing, two birds with one stone. That was our philosophy, right? That was Mickey's philosophy with his show a little bit. Was like,
Yeah.
People don't get a chance to get out like they used to, so I could see 2 or 3 of my friends in one night. Perfect.
Yeah.
So sometimes that
Not
works
like it,
really
it's
well.
not like it used to be.
No.
It's
People don't just go out to
everybody
go out
just,
too much.
Oh my God, it's kind of nice having the gene pool a little bit smaller in this respect, because it's, you would pair off and make alliances back in the day with all these different bands. The next thing you know, you were getting voted off the fucking island. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it was, so that nowadays it doesn't work. If I approach Mickey or Mickey approaches me and says, "Hey, you got a show? You want to do it?" and we're like, "Fuck yeah, we want to play with you guys." It's that way. And same to you, Alex. With Monte Carlo, it's a no brainer. You know what I mean? It's an absolute no brainer. I mean, after the show, we might kick you off the island, Al. But I'm just saying. No, but I'm serious. It's a no brainer now to and everybody gets along.
Oh yeah, more now than ever.
Back.
Yeah,
more back in the day when I was in Sanctum, we had we only played the Galaxy like 5 times, and I didn't want any parts of it, because we were playing a lot up in like Connecticut, Massachusetts, and New York. So and that scene was just totally different than the South Jersey scene, where everybody was just hey, if you weren't with this type of group, then you were out. You know what I mean? That kind of deal. And it was high school. I didn't want anything to do with it.
I agree. I agree. Yep, I'm on the same boat. I think we're all. It's great. We're also all older now, so it's fucking great. Like we're all just like, let's just go out and have fun. That's what we do. We like the right to be creative, and if we can put on a great show, great. People come out, awesome. People like it, awesome. So that's where I'm at. I'm just trying to have as much fun and being as creative as possible. And if people dig it, great. If not, hey, we like what we're doing. It's just it keeps us busy. Keeps us kind of sane. Okay, so we got March 26th at the Landis Theater, which is an awesome place. We have Night's Reign, Dio tribute, Flying Circus, Led Zeppelin tribute, Brickweed, Mercy, British Invasion tribute, As We Become Ghost, Whiskey Grin, and special guests Seb Berganza and Kobe Reese, who are friends of Phil Wax, and they're youngins that are pretty damn good from what I'm hearing. So it sounds pretty cool. So come out and see these guys, support Phil on Sunday, and always a pleasure talking to each one of you guys. Always have a good time bullshitting with you guys. So hopefully you all come back on the show soon. And Mixtapes and Tasty Cakes. See you soon.
Yeah.